Hey guys, I'm Aneta from Offroadfitness, and today we're going to mount a case onto a mounting company mount. I'll take you through all the steps that you're going to need to do. Let's go over the tools you're going to need for this. First step is a drill with a step bit. The pro tip with this is that if you use a step bit, it's going to deburr your holes as you're drilling. So next step are the wrenches. You're going to need a 7/16 wrench for the case hardware and a 1/2 inch wrench for the base plate hardware. Last but not least, you're going to need Allen tools. So for your case hardware, you're going to need a 5/32, and for your base plate hardware, a 3/16. Okay, so we're mounting Pelican's 1525 air case onto the mounting company's medium plus mount. So we're gonna start off by taking your interior plate and the gasket and setting it to the side. You're gonna take your base plate and mount plate, stick it onto the case here. Once you have it all centered, you wanna mark out the holes through here, all 4 points. Now, before you start drilling, you want to just take your time. You want to measure 3 times and only drill once. You want to make sure that you have clearance for the pin here and for the bottom lip. Once you're sure, because cases are expensive, you don't want to have unnecessary holes, then you could start drilling. It's best to stand your case up so you have access to both the front and the back of it. So we're going to take one of the button head bolts, put it through the hole here. Best to do like 2 at a time so it's actually holding it up for you. Yeah, right through there. So this is an internal gasket, which means it goes inside, okay? Inside. So I've got the top 2 bolts in. Here's a little tip. Put the gasket on now so it's kind of acting as a little holder for your bolts, and then continue with the bottom 2. All right, next up, we're gonna put the interior plate on. Everything here is pretty tight, but that is the point. So you wanna use your 5/32 Allen key to kind of hold this bolt into place, and it'll be a lot easier to slide that interior plate on. Just wiggle that bolt from the back, and then you'll get it on there. So you want to make sure that your button head bolts are facing the outside of the case. This allows for clearance as both plates come together. So stainless steel tends to gall, so before you start tightening your nuts down, you want to actually put some lubrication onto the thread. So another pro tip is to tighten from the nut, not from the bolt. You want to get it pretty snug so that that rubber gasket is squished, but don't go crazy. This is what I mean by squish right here. That is a good squish. Time to move on to the base plate. You're all done. Next up, we're going to actually take the mounting plate and mount it to your bed rack. I'm using my extrusion rack here. I've got a lot of mounting points. This one's obviously already mounted, but I'll walk you through this little sandwich process. It's bolt through to your spacer behind, and then behind the whole thing you have the washer and then the nut. A lot of people make the mistake of taking their bolt and putting it right here, but that won't allow the mounting plates to actually sit properly. So you want to make sure you get this right. You put the bolt to the spacer right here, and then the washer and nut go around to the back.